Hi Aries, welcome to your reading. So this is going to be a general spread for the month of November. I think I want to break it up into kind of like work and love, depending on whatever you're coming here for, but it's just going to kind of give a general energy to the reading. And for more specifics, I feel like it's best to get a personal reading. If you want one from me, I'll leave my information below. But let's start off. I like to start off with some angel cards. They just let me know kind of the weather of this month. What messages are coming through for the sign of Aries, please? Messages for the sign of Aries. Integrity, be flexible, but also be true to you. Stand by your beliefs and values, and others will stand by and believe in you. Beautiful. Miracle. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. Kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. And Archangel Metatron. I am your link between heaven and earth, between your humanity and your divinity. I'm here to help you heal the conflict that exists between your heart and your mind. Feel me in your heart and thoughts. Through oneness, there is love. In the bottom of the deck, Archangel Gabriel. You will soon receive some positive news. The channels for clear and honest communication are now open. Keep an open heart and speak your truth lovingly without fear. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, I feel like this integrity card and this miracle, I mean, it's kind of like standing firm in your beliefs and we're just waiting here for this change. To me, it feels like there's an energy of faith wrapped up in this. I believe that's one of the most powerful forces in the universe, you know, your connection to source. So if that has waned in recent months or you felt disconnected, sad, depressed even, these are all signs, in my opinion, where there is a disconnect with, I mean, yourself, but also spirit. Because inherent within that is the attachment to the past or the future with anxiety, where there's an element of worry or sadness in here that everything didn't happen for a reason or won't happen to your betterment, and there's that lack of faith. That's why I'm saying it. So kind of correcting this, and I feel like one of the best ways is through forgiveness, especially if you've been going through kind of like a dip emotionally, or kind of, it even feels like a little bit just of like melancholy or loss of faith. I mean, we're going through a lot of growing pains on earth, and I think it's nice to just kind of check in and kind of, I'm seeing like a circle kind of going back into like the center of yourself, and what's in the center, the knowingness, your truth, the truth of all things, which to me is, it just is. I mean, I guess if there was one word, it would be love. In the Tao Te Ching, they call it the center, center of the circle, and learning how to come back there all of the time. It's a constant remembering. It's a constant practice, I believe. And it's inviting you to stay there and expect miracles. Be kind to yourself. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Expressing yourself exactly as you need to express yourself. Be kind to yourself. All right, so let's see what's going on for Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? I'm just going to pull a general spread and see what the major themes are, and I think I'm going to expand from there. I feel like that's the best way to go about this. What are the messages for Aries that want to come through, please? 3 of Swords. That's that lack of, because when I'm seeing the heart and talking about the heart, the path of the heart, and it's being crossed by these swords, which are mental barriers, mental kind of distortions that, you know, we're going in one path towards our true north, and the mind steps in. Oh, that's never happened for you before. Oh, it never works out quite right for you. Never happens to me. You know, learning to kind of unwind, unweave that patterning, breaking the patterns, We'll see what this Three of Swords is specifically, but that's the underlying feeling, especially if you've had repetitive patterns within love. I'm never treated right, or I don't know if the one for me is out there. That patterning, if you are in the center, in that heart space, you'll know it's not true. Find that center. Because if you're living in anxiety, you're already creating this for yourself. This is the focus here, this Three of Swords. Oh, I'm always cheated on, or I'm always betrayed. My efforts never seen. Why bother? This is a heavy card. Heavy cards are good. I feel like it's nice to lean into that feeling, to see what's there, to feel the feelings. Yeah, and it's about the past. So the six of Cups is, and I think just because we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde, a lot of people might have had, past issues or past people kind of come up, and having to deal with these and face them, really look at them for what they were. I feel like there's a lovely, albeit a little bit difficult, overcoming. It feels like kind of getting over the other side of this mountain. But I feel like right now it's kind of that in between, and it's a little bit of and this isn't a bad or a good thing. It's a little bit of nothingness. It's kind of like, what's going to happen next, and you're kind of setting the stage. Let the past go. I feel like this integrity card is here to remind you to stay in this integrity, or if you have always stayed in the integrity, it's validating that, because what you give out is always yours. It always returns, albeit in different ways. It's very important to keep this energy very clean and to cut out the distortions. One way I like to do this is with food, cutting out the distortions within food. Yeah, because you have this new beginning coming here, Ace of Pentacles, wow. And it's prompted by the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is in your position of the past. It's telling me why this entire reading is taking place. There's something here that is changing for you significantly. It's talking about matters of the heart, the path that you're on. And I feel like really, truly it feels like I don't know, I'm feeling like drawing a line or chopping something here. It's like cutting something off from the past. Whether it's the thought process, whether it's an actual person. Page of Wands, optimistically looking forward, although nothing has started quite yet. That's exactly what I'm feeling here. Page of Wands is just the initial stages of looking in a new direction, being hopeful. Dreaming a new dream. In the near future, King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I mean, this is Pisces. When I'm looking at King of Cups, though, this person, I feel like has this deep emotional capacity. And I feel like these two cards together are inviting you to explore that space of what you truly, truly, in the depths of your soul, want to experience next. Because we're in this like nice little sweet spot where it's like Mercury retrograde is over, Venus retrograde is yet to begin. There's something juicy about this kind of few weeks that we're in November, where I feel like there is this, it's like getting this wheel to start moving in a new direction. And I'm feeling specifically the beginning of springtime is when things start to, the intentions, the seeds that you're planting now, whatever it has to do with love, work, it begins to kind of sprout out. It becomes visible. The energy's there, though. This is what this reading's telling me. This has already begun. This is a little bit of training you to kind of repattern your being. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. The bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. Okay, so we're talking about love here. I mean, clearly there's a partnership. This is the overarching theme to me. It holds the most weight tied in with the first card, which is the Three of Swords. So it's talking about matters of the heart and feeling broken from the past. I mean, this is truly hurt. Whether you're still, you know, in it, I feel like there's those lingering imprintation. Am I saying the word right? lingering imprints of the experience. And it's not saying that they'll ever go away, but it's like it's remolding the way you think about love, because I'm seeing something coming towards you. Ace of Cups. Sorry, well, this is the Ace of Cups in my mind. This is the Four of Cups. But there's this opportunity brought forth by the hand of Source. It's talking about Ace of Pentacles as well, where you're going to have to be able to receive in a way that I feel like you haven't been able to do in the past. I'm still seeing and I feel like it's happening right now, and it feels a little bit uncomfortable to me, where it's almost like, is it safe to open up again? Is it safe? Can I trust? It's not trust the other person. It's not trusting yourself. It's trusting all of it. Source, yourself, the other person, kind of getting into that circle where there's complete harmony because you're in that path of the heart, opening up, learning to be, I mean, rather radically faithful, full of faith. Because I'm seeing, I mean, there's a message that wants to come through, and this is not going to be for everybody, but I feel like it needs to be heard from somebody that has had a little bit of a difficult road alone. And it feels like I'm talking to, I mean, it can be male or female, but somebody that has really shouldered the burden, specifically financially, in a lot of their relationships. Maybe you've had to do this even though you couldn't or didn't want to. Just wanting to be taken care of. And I feel like this period of nothingness, I don't want to call it nothingness because I feel like it serves a really powerful purpose. I actually feel like this is where it's the most powerful time. It's setting the stage for what's to come, where I think you're at a place where you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm really proud of you. Because again, it goes all the way back to the first card that came out, the very, very first card, integrity. I feel like you are somebody that has always been responsible for you. And you've been willing to, and it feels like through a nice, big, lovely heart, been able to extend that to other people. Unfortunately, lessons in matters of the heart are wonderful tools, wonderful teachers, right? If I think back on my relationships, you get those beautiful rose-colored glasses on, hormones flying, open right up your soul. And show you, that's what you need to work on. It's weird, even as I'm saying this, I'm hearing this message from my guide saying, this blueprint of the way that we learn through duality, I guess, through positive and what we consider not so positive experiences. This blueprint for evolution of our soul is changing, which is interesting. I feel like we're entering, and I think this is part of, that 3D to 5D shift, 5D being the heart center, the dimension of the heart. Where I think a lot of things like telepathy, we see it in the world, a lot of people becoming a lot more spiritual, connecting to themselves, doing a lot of mind-body practices. Meditation. Meditation, in my opinion, is the most transformative tool in the universe, to my knowledge. And you guys, a lot of you guys know I have an ayahuasca San Pedro retreat center with a friend in Peru. With all that said, and all those experiences, I would still say biggest transformation tool, meditation. To find that center. You're really being called to do this. The Two of Cups, there's somebody here that is looking for you, that is praying for you, looking for their counterpart. It's saying that you've had to go through your own healing to find your own center. The Nine of Cups, that card of self-fulfillment, true, cultivated here like that. Just with that King of Cups, the deepest depths of the emotional self being harmonized. And when you do it for yourself, you create this harmony that opens the door for somebody else to share it with. This creates a healing, this creates the union, this creates the beautiful, healthy relationship, because it's, in all relationships, it's a mirror of self. This is a strange message. This is only going to be for a few of you, but I feel like there's also an issue of body work. That word can manifest in many ways, but I'm hearing learning to love the body. So this can manifest in aches and pains in the body. This can manifest in like not loving your body. So there are many tools to kind of unwind this, and I think the easiest one answer remedy for all of this, I'm talking about health, I'm talking about actual how you feel about yourself, is eating high vibrational foods. I went on, I don't know what they would call it, I guess it's more like cosmology of like Dr. Sebi, kind of like that alkaline or mucusless diet, or it's more of a lifestyle where you eliminate anything that causes distortion in your food. I feel like just by doing it myself, it heals pretty much everything. But including, I feel like I'm being drawn to say this because there is that spiritual, and again, when we're talking about removing distortions, this is one of the ways you can do it yourself. You don't have to go to some shaman, you don't have to go to some guru. Ask the plants, ask Mother Nature. There's some sort of healing and harmony coming into your life. That's why I'm saying this. I know other tools, because once you start it in one area, there are ripple effects everywhere. Everything is interconnected. So if you think I'm saying something that has no relation to something else, my mind is a little bit of a mad scientist sometimes. So trying to explain my pattern of thought as to why these things are all coming up together. Because I feel like there is this period where it's like enough is enough. I'm over this. I don't want to experience this anymore. And it's a little bit of a breaking point. So I'm trying to, a part of that unweaving process is finding solutions. And you'll ask yourself, is this right for me? You'll know, is this person right for me? Is this morsel of food that I'm consuming right for me? Ask your body, it'll tell you. What's this Two of Cups for Aries, please? Ten of Wands. That's an interesting clarification. I mean, when I'm looking at that, it's almost like, can I handle deep love? Emotionally, can I handle opening myself up, being that vulnerable? Because, I mean, in contrast, the love can only be received at the level that you can open up to, the depths that you are willing to explore. Can I do that again? To me, when I'm seeing this card, the Ten of Wands, because this is a heavy burden, it's unnecessary. You're carrying it around for no reason. It's almost like it's like a sponge that's full of water, and it's like, I don't know how to wring this out. Spiritually speaking, I mean, there's practices that help you do this. That's why we call it clear yourself. That's why a lot of people come all the way down to Peru to visit us to kind of get these clearings. We joke around and call it, you know, the work kind of like just being a plumber. But again, I highly advocate just doing it yourself. Food, the things that you watch. If you're bringing in love, you know, watch happy things. Don't watch, you know, the cheaters, whatever's on TV, BS. Don't bring that into your space. Don't bring that drama into your space, into your psychology. They call it programming for a reason. Choose very carefully. Same with tarot readings. Choose very carefully. That's why I think discernment within these readings, if something's not for you, I mean, I'll immediately click off. No, that's not for me. Don't try to make it work. But if this is for you, this is saying, let this go. You're at the 10. You know it's time to let go. You're tired. You're tired. Let it go. Because the right love, this will heal you. It will heal all of this. Your only job now is to open up. Look at all this closed energy. Even the Nine of Cups, their stance is a little bit closed because it's taken so long to get to this Nine of Cups where I'm personally fulfilled. I did it on my own. I created this happiness. So I'm not sure who the heck is coming in. Can I trust them to take care of my happiness? This is where, I mean, I know this isn't a super strong typical trait of Aries but it's saying, you know, maybe just go slower this time, get to know them. The right person will not pass you by. There's no rush. I feel like rushing into relationships comes from a sense of lack as well. I personally do the opposite. Maybe it's just because I'm a Taurus. Because the people that aren't meant for you just fall away. Either they're not looking for the same thing, maybe they're a little bit lazy. But it's going back to that message, especially for you, because in the beginning of this reading, I was talking about, you know, shouldering a lot of the burden. Maybe it's financially, emotionally, I don't know what it was in the past relationships. Let them show you who they are. And I don't mean this from a perspective of, you know, judgment, or it's just kind of observing. Do I want to accept this love? But to me, this reading is telling me that there's something very much so worthwhile to open up to. Saying it's time to kind of get a little bit uncomfortable. This is so comfortable, you get uncomfortable holding yourself off from love. Because it's easy to be alone. I love being alone. It's so easy to be alone, right? When you cultivate that space, that harmony in your life. This is amplified though. This will amplify that. The right love. Beautiful reading. I'm not sure if I want to clarify anything else. I kind of want to get some oracle cards on it. Let me think which ones. Yeah, let's do this one. I love the deck actually. I just don't like this book. This is the Work Your Light oracle cards. They're just not alphabetical, so it drives me nuts looking for the description, because I do like the descriptions in these cards, so I like to read them. All right, what's one card for the sign of Aries, please? One card for the sign of Aries. Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Let's read it. Oops. Star Mother, you are more held than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already held. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you are doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear, sweet child of the earth. How can you mother yourself? Beautiful card. Really, really beautifully ties into this entire reading. Wow. When did you lose your faith? This is the moment where it all shifted though for you. Get out of that duality of being bad or good experience. This is your path. The path of remembering. And it leads you to this, it's the path of the heart, to love, to partnership. It's interesting, I feel like, messages about work are not coming up. Let me just pull a few cards for work, because I did say that I'd like to read on work a little bit. But to me, that's, if it's not coming out, it feels like it might not be the main focus of this month. But let's see. Tell me about work, please, for Aries. What's coming in their work experience this month? What's coming in their work experience this month? High Priestess. Wow, interesting. 8 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 7 of Wands, Empress, 2 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Interesting, yeah. Bottom of the deck is that 4 of Swords. That's that meditation card, getting centered, getting clear about what you want. And this beautiful Empress right in the center. Some of you, this can be a boss. Some of you, this can be you, the energy that you are able to embody. This is somebody that is abundant, that is a manifester. Interesting message as I'm saying manifester. human design chart, if you don't know what you are, I feel like that could be helpful in the way to achieving, I'm not talking about being a manifestor, I'm talking about how you can be in charge of the way that you kind of express yourself in the world to get where you want to go. I feel like a lot of, I'm being shown, excuse me, like an understanding of self and self-empowerment being really important. Again, getting back to that center where you're connected to source, which is not separate from you. So essentially realizing your goddess. Interesting. I'm kind of seeing this energy, and again, I'm being drawn right back to that integrity card. I'm seeing this high priestess, which is somebody that sees beyond the veil, that can see things right from wrong, truth, untruth. So I'm seeing somebody with clear vision. And I don't know what this has to do with. I don't know your specific situation. This is just interesting energy. I'm seeing something working out in your favor, but there's an element of conflict within it. I mean, I'm not in the U.S., but I just left the U.S. and I know what it's like to be there. There's a lot of turmoil when it comes to like jobs right now. I don't really want to get into it too much, but whatever it is, it's saying stay in your integrity. This is a short fight. Gosh, I'm seeing something here really harmonizing for you. And it's all going back to you coming into your sense of self, your power. Some of you might be thinking about taking action. It can have to do with like, I mean, it has to do with your truth. And it feels like that might be something that you might feel is a challenge. Or there's some sort of conflicts. It's talking about doing the right thing, though. What's true to you, and that's going to be different for everybody. And it brings a lot of success, happiness. Yeah, expect. I'm seeing, as I cut the deck, I'm seeing the Tower. It's like crumbling of illusions. A lot of stuff is happening. I mean, we're in Scorpio season. It's the time for illusions to crumble. I think this is just the beginning. We're just at the beginning of the month. Especially illusions around yourself, though. What you're capable of, what you're worthy of, what you want to do in your life, what you want to experience job-wise. And it's really finding that center so you can harmonize it and maximize it, I mean, clearly financially. There's an opening here. There's something here about trusting your intuition. So for an example, they're giving me an example of, it's like I don't know much about it, although I invested it. Not a good way to start, but anyways, it's almost like I'm seeing cryptocurrency. So having kind of like a hunch or an intuitive hit, like, okay, this is where I should do this. And I know you shouldn't invest on, intuition, but there's something here where it's like people are saying not to, so but your intuition says something else and you do it and there's a financial gain. That's kind of the energy that I'm seeing, and I'm not saying it's specific to that example, but I'm showing an example of the energy. It's inviting you to express yourself. And there's that intuitive truth that you see. I don't know how to explain it any other way, but that's what's coming through for work. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Expect a miracle. Absolutely. Why not? Closing out a beautifully tricky year. Why not? You've had the Two of Cups twice. Now you're getting the 10 of Cups. This is a big blessing coming in for you, Aries. After a period of healing, of a lot of nothingness, I feel. It's not nothingness, but I feel like the 3D manifestations of what you've been working through, it feels like it's, I'm looking at a desert. It feels like there's not a lot happening. It's happening kind of below the surface. Clearing out. Okay. I hope this reading helped you, Aries. And if you guys want a personal reading, I'll leave my information below. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of the subscriptions, the likes, follows. I read all of your comments. I love to hear what you guys are doing, how this affects you, and I'm truly appreciated. So I will be back soon with more readings, and I'll see you guys then. Ciao.